Hey everyone, welcome back to the KLT Fitcast. We've said it a million times now. We ask the hard questions. We give you real life tools that you can take away as soon as you finish listening or watching to help you build the life that you want to live. We are not about fad diets here. We are about helping you understand and learn how to make sustainable changes in your everyday life and build those healthy habits for long-term success. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. Hi, I'm Josh. I'm Kate's husband. I took part in the same journey Kate did a while ago, and I worked in the mental health field for over 10 years, and I bring my experiences there and also my experiences with fitness and sport into what we talk about on this podcast.
Never gets any easier for you, does it?
No, it's always awkward. It's like interviews. I hate talking about myself.
And my name is Kate. I lost and kept off over 150 pounds with all of the things that I try and teach to everyone who I am encountered with and walk through the door. We're in the gym, so I'm pointing over there.
Chances are, if you're listening to this, it's because you've seen what Kate's about and what the gym's about and what we're about, and enjoy listening.
And together, we own and operate a private fitness studio in Peterborough, Ontario, with a real original name. It's called KL Tom's Fit.
Mm-hmm.
Today's topic, before we even get into that, we were just saying off camera how, I guess, overstimulated, but that it's not a bad thing.
No, it'll be interesting. This is going to be a wacky, wild ride today.
Yeah. We just, unusual on a Sunday. Usually there are no sessions in, but we just had a elite girls basketball team in for a session. So obviously that was loud and exciting and so great. I love those girls. But now we are like quickly pivoting to this.
Yeah. For me, it was fun to watch how they push themselves even at a younger age.
And a little resistant to that at first.
Yeah, but once they started to understand the purpose behind a movement and how it can build strength to help them either move more quickly or jump higher or have better ball control, they were all about pushing a little harder.
Yeah, and it's really cool to be able to offer them the space, like all of the people who come through the doors, a safe space to learn and to try all of those quote unquote big scary strength training things that would be really daunting. And they're doing it right before their every Sunday practice. So it's really cool. They are coming here for a strength training session, working on full body, definitely some cardio in there, some agility, but really honing in on the strength that is then going to transfer into muscle growth to then help them in their basketball game.
Yeah.
So that just happened. It's freezing cold outside. I am so cold sitting here right now.
I am almost sweating.
What else is new? But the topic for today is the 9-year anniversary. We used to call it Fitiversary of our
journey.
Yeah, our transformations.
It's hard to believe it was 9 years ago, and now we are putting content out to the world or to the whoever you are listening.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I don't know if I could have ever imagined this in my wildest dreams.
Uh-huh. Yeah. We used to, well, in fact, we're recording this. It's not going to come out for another week.
Yeah.
But by the time this comes out, it's going to be almost a month past the actual date that we dove in to this. We used to celebrate this day marked on the calendar religiously every year. I can remember going to the keg, and when you sit down and they ask you what you're celebrating, we said, oh, it's our Fitiversary, and the weight.
We lost weight.
We lost weight, and we are here to eat. And yes, we want the free dessert. But we had to explain to the staff what it was that we were celebrating. And crazy to think that now the day comes and goes and we don't really realize it until 3 weeks later.
Yeah, a little bit after, but it's true. It used to be such a big pivotal moment for us, but we've had so many big pivotal moments now
Mhm.
that it's just a thing that happened and started us on this journey that we've been on.
And it's just everyday life now. It doesn't need to be a big deal celebration at this point because it's just our life. We just live this life. Yes, there is the pre-transformation us
Yeah.
and the now, but the now is just normal. Like there's never a moment where I think I am going to go back to that.
There are times when I think about,
I know what you're going to say. I know what you're going to say.
yeah,
You're going to say that you think that it would just be easier and like
no, not that it would be easier, but like I definitely have moments when things happen in life where I want to return to the
mhm,
comfort of emotional
mhm,
eating
mhm.
and allow myself a little bit of time to do that
Yeah.
sometimes.
I think when it comes to food, it could be pretty easy for us to go back to before.
Yeah.
Like that would not take a lot of effort on our part to go back to eating the way we used to eat, eating the amounts we used to eat, eating all of that, like just the unhealthy nutrition habits.
Yep.
But we would never let that happen because the way that things are now are just so normal. Add in the fact that we are incredibly active now. That's just an extra layer um, accompanied with the nutrition. But we could eat like garbage cans again. And
Yeah. No, I mean, sometimes I do eat like a trash panda,
yeah,
but I think what's even more important for me to say is I don't let myself go down that road because I know what feeling good feels like now.
now you do. You didn't
Yeah.
know before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't think I'd ever want to return to feeling like I could really only be up and mobile for 12 hours in a day because the other 12 hours I need to be sedentary
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
feel exhausted and
Yes.
almost be asleep for
Because you
most.
have the, you know what it's like to feel really good now that you've experienced it and experienced it for so long. But way back 9 years ago, we didn't know what it was like to feel this good. So that feeling
Yeah.
crappy was just normal. And we didn't even label it as crappy. We just thought that that's just the way it is. That's just how humans are supposed to feel.
Yeah.
And now that we have the now to compare it to, we know what it's like to feel good. So yeah, I guess we probably never would go back to that crappy feeling because we know what it's like to feel good.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's really true. You don't know what it's like until you get out of it and realize that there is different. And I would even say I didn't feel sluggish and low energy my whole life. It was just a very, very slow process. It was almost like the frog boiling in water, where
The
you,
what?
you've never heard of this analogy. So you put a frog in a cold pot and he's going to sit in the cold pot. And then you turn on the heat and the water slowly gets to a boil. The frog won't jump out because it doesn't realize that the water is getting hotter. But if you drop it into boiling hot water, it will jump out right away. And it's the same kind of thing
Oh
where
my God, that's sick.
it's a science experiment. Well, welcome to my world of useless facts.
Oh my God.
But it's a demonstration of a lot of these things. They don't happen overnight.
Mhm.
It's a very, very slow process of letting something go, letting another thing go, eating more, gaining weight, feeling not great, all kinds of other things happening, low energy, low mood, everything
Mhm.
turning into a scenario where you've lost everything that you enjoy.
Yeah. It's kind of funny that you say that when it comes to losing things, and it's a negative spiral.
Yeah.
It's the exact same as things start to turn and be positive, right? Like it doesn't
Yeah.
happen overnight that we gained weight and became super sedentary
Depressed.
garbage cans. Just like when we made the conscious effort to make a change, it didn't happen overnight. I do feel like some of the habits we dove in pretty head first.
Well, I think when you're making a change, like you have to set realistic targets and goals. I
Yes.
think that we did that based on what we wanted for ourselves.
Yeah.
And that was we reoriented the way we use food in our life, and we reoriented ourselves to make the gym a priority and go almost every
Yeah.
day.
But just like how letting yourself go, it works the exact same as you building
Yeah.
yourself back up. It's
Yeah.
a long process. Um, it took me, and I know it's our journey. We each have our own journey, but I
Yeah.
feel like sorry that I'm talking a lot about mine. It took me roughly 18, 19 months to lose the 150 pounds.
Yeah.
And that was built up on small, tiny goals and celebrating those wins right down from to the inch or the pound or the non-scale victory, the going from the XXL to the large and not having an X as the first letter in your on the clothing tag size. Um,
Yeah.
those wins were broken down to what now feels so minuscule, but along the hard days, like that's what you have to hang on to.
Yeah. And it's really easy to defeat yourself and say, I'm not where I should be. And the reality is, you are where you are.
Hmm. Hmm.
And that's just the fact.
Hmm.
You are where you are, and you can look back and say, this has gotten worse. Or you can look back and say, you know what? This has been 1% better.
Hmm. Hmm.
And they are two very different mindsets and two very different ways of thinking and two very different outcomes that are going
Yeah.
to come out of that.
Yeah. I am currently not at my lightest weight.
I'm very close now.
Great job.
Sorry. And I think we talk a lot about, your number because it's very impressive, but I'm 75 pounds lighter than
Mhm.
when we started our journey,
Mhm.
which is pretty amazing. For
Yeah.
me, the weight came off probably in 4 or 5 months. Like, it was really fast for me, the weight loss. What For me, the change didn't become a change until about 2 years ago.
And you're talking about your surgery?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that I ate less, but I still ate a lot of shit. And I think for me, I also would go to the gym, but I would never push myself. And I
Hmm.
would play not really difficult sports. Like, I was playing
Beer league,
beer league
softball.
softball.
Yeah, it's true.
So,
Not even baseball, softball. Yeah,
and,
good point.
and could like run to first, but run is a generous term kind of
My
thing.
dad used to say you run like a goose.
Yeah. Now life is very different. And I think for me, the change was more of a mental change than it was I need to lose weight before I'm going to feel better.
Hmm.
For me, it was I need to get myself to a place where I'm doing things that are interesting to me, that challenge me, that I actually really want to be doing.
Hmm.
And that took a lot of work on the mental side of things, a lot
Yeah.
of self exploration, a lot of,
1% each day. Like,
yeah,
yeah. Yeah.
a lot of really reinforcing positive habits and letting negative ones go.
Yeah.
And like, t- two very, very different journeys, two very different
Mm.
ways of looking at how you make lifestyle changes.
Yeah.
Because Yeah, sure, I lost the weight, but I was still very sedentary. I wasn't challenging myself.
Yeah.
And Kate had this major transformation. She had already opened the gym before I ever really made a big change
Yeah.
in the fundamental who I am.
Um, Very good point. I So going back to the 18, 19 months that it took me to lose that 150 pounds, um, that 18, 19 months was really solely focused on fat loss, weight loss, the scale, the measurements. Yes, all of the non-scale victories at the same time, but the goal was to become smaller, to become smaller. Um, and at that point, I was like obviously like 150 pounds lighter, but it wasn't until I hit that number that the strength training really, really, really hit. Yes, I did strength training the entire time to lose the weight, but then came the gains. I wanted the physique that went along with that, and I wanted to be strong. I
Yeah.
wanted,
I can remember that shift for you in terms of you starting to want to feel strong.
yes, I
And
wanted to flex in the mirror.
yeah. So you started actually looking at yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, and when that happens, the scale is not as important as it was for the first little while where the goal was that number to go down so I could get smaller.
Yeah.
Then we shifted to wanting to see certain areas grow,
Hmm.
right? Like the quads, the biceps, the chest, the shoulders.
I think it also your endurance was a big thing where
Yes.
you actually wanted to be able to do something for a long period of
Yes.
time
Hence running came into the picture
yeah,
too.
and accomplish something.
And being in a smaller body, it makes those things easier. That's just science.
Yeah.
Anyone can be a runner, but it can be a lot easier to run when you are smaller than someone else.
I mean, running is hard if you're 300
Yeah.
pounds.
Yeah.
Like
I
let's
didn't run for the first whatever 18 months ish. I started running
I think you ran, but it wasn't like I'm trying to run. I think
a
it was
certain distance, like the 5K, the
it was
10K.
always a warm up.
Yeah.
Is the way I would describe it, as you do like a 10-minute run, and run being a generous term like it was for me running to first base.
Right.
A 10-minute run to warm your muscles up before you went to lift to build some strength. And I think for me, watching your journey, that shift going from I'm building muscle to be strong to I'm building muscle and I want to accomplish this thing. And it
Mhm.
requires a lot of dedication and me really reevaluating what my progress is like.
Right.
That for me was the window that I've seen in the last 2 years
Yeah.
for myself.
Yeah.
Like that would be the
Yeah.
comparison for me.
The point that I am and I'm trying to make with this is no, I'm not at the lowest weight on the scale, but I am far happier in my body right now with how it looks, the muscle that I do have. Um, because no, not at the lowest weight, but that's because of the muscle.
Yeah.
um, yeah. So like I say that I have lost 150 pounds,
Yeah.
more than 150 pounds. Um, and right now I am probably 10 pounds heavier ish than that.
Than the 150 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't change it to say I lost 140 pounds. No, I lost 150 pounds and the progression, it's just changed. It's just shifted.
Realistically, you've probably added 10 pounds of muscle.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
if we're weighing things out and all things being equal, you are extremely strong.
Thanks.
And that strength, I'm not talking about the willpower and desire that you have, because like that you have a lot of, but you're actually able to move heavy weights and with power and control.
Mhm. But without that 300-pound girl, there is no today.
Yeah.
Right. And off camera, we were talking about how without her, pre 9 years ago, we would have none of what we have today.
Right.
Like, things happened, the universe works in all of those mysterious ways, but without her, right now is not possible.
No, well, you just wouldn't know what it was like to be in that 300-pound body. You wouldn't have the experiences, but you also wouldn't be able to say that's never going to happen again.
But if I was quote unquote skinny
Mhm.
as a kid and skinny, I don't know, and I played all of the sports and did that, the path would have been so different. I wouldn't have the story that attracts people to us and to our community. I wouldn't have that story to be able to help people the way that I do now.
Yeah, you wouldn't be who you are today
Yeah.
without having gone through challenges and struggles. And I think that's an important thing for people to understand is life is hard. It's full of challenges and struggles. And you can allow it to keep you down, or you can decide that it's going to build character, resiliency, and strength.
Hmm. A lot of people would, I don't know, be really, when they hit that rock bottom, I mean, it's a really negative headspace to be in. So we don't downplay who we are and who we were,
Hmm.
because that is also that starting ground to pave the way for what's coming and what's next.
Yeah.
And that can be really, really fucking cool.
Yeah. But it's also important to recognize that you can be stuck in that for a really long time.
Yeah.
You can be stuck in that headspace of this is never going to change. I'm never going
This
to
is
be
how
able to do
it's
this.
going to be. Yeah.
This is my life. And you can be stuck in that for as long as you allow yourself to be stuck in that.
Hmm.
The only person that has any power to do anything about it is you.
Hell yeah. It's not your family. It's not the people around you. It's not someone else's story. You have the power. You have to make the change for yourself.
You just have to decide to make the change.
Yeah.
Once you make that decision, everything else starts to get a little bit clearer and easier because you have a direction to go. And even if, while you're following that direction, you have failures, you don't achieve things that you thought you would, that doesn't mean everything you've done is gone.
Right.
It means that you have new information to learn from and make more changes or try something else. And I think like 2 years ago, I had pretty major surgery and decided then that I was going to change my life in the same way Kate had changed hers and start to figure out what it is I want in life. What is going to make me happy and what is going to make me feel driven? What is going to make me feel passionate? What is going to make me want to keep getting up every day and pushing? And I had to try some things. We did a triathlon
Ugh.
8 months after my surgery. Kate
Worse.
hated it, but she did it alongside
I only
me.
hated to swim.
Yeah. She did it alongside me. I needed to just try something different than what I was doing. I enjoyed the doing the activities. I don't think I would at this point do another triathlon because ultimately it wasn't something that made me happy.
Mhm.
But
Me
here
either.
but here I am now. I play hockey 3 times a week. I play basketball and I come to the gym, and all of these things are pieces of the puzzle that make me feel mentally well.
Right. We can relate that back to the gym.
Yeah.
While we want everyone to love and enjoy their time here,
It's not for everyone.
yeah, very well, it might not be for everyone, and that's okay.
Yeah.
You are allowed to find what makes you happy, find the people who make you happy, find the things that you want to do as it relates to a gym and fitness, and steer into that.
Yeah. And to be perfectly honest, Kate, do I actually love coming to the gym?
I know you. If no, if you do, you don't show it.
Yeah. It's a chore for me. It is a choice that I make because I know if I'm coming to the gym and building muscle and doing things like that, I'm less likely to injure myself in the sports that I really do love.
This is a safe space for people to complain, though. As
Yeah, absolutely it is.
I don't take complaints and comments that it's hard, and that's to me not a like that's not a down like that's not a bad thing.
I think, and this is my own personal opinion, but I think in order to be truly mentally healthy, fitness in some capacity has to be a part of your life. You will not be mentally healthy if your body is not physically healthy.
Love it. Say it again. It's a power
You
statement.
will not be mentally healthy if your body is not physically healthy.
Clip that. That's a clip.
Sure. But it's the truth. If you think about it, a lot of people that go to the gym don't enjoy the process of going to the gym. It is a chore. It sucks sometimes. I hate leg day. It is not fun for me. But if I want to jump higher, if I want to be able to move around in my net better,
Get
I
up
need
off of the couch when you're 80 years old.
Sure. But for me personally, in my own journey, if I want to do the things that I want to do in the sports that I love to play, I have to be strong. And the only way to do that is to move weight, is to push myself.
And doing things that you don't necessarily want to do builds a hell of a lot of resilience as well.
It sure does, because it tells you that you can do the hard thing.
You can do it. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not everything in life that you need to do for yourself, you're going to want to do. It is a choice. Everything is a choice.
It's a chore a lot of days for a lot of people to go to work every day.
Yep.
But guess what?
If you don't go to work, you don't get paid.
Yeah, they do it.
Yeah.
It's a chore. You don't know this one. To go and get a pap test done, but you do it. It's a chore to go to the dentist. It's a chore to do all of those things, get groceries.
Yeah.
But you do it anyway. Fitness should be in some capacity like that.
Absolutely. And it should be a non-negotiable
Yeah.
for your health.
Yeah. An appointment,
so
much
many
like
ways.
a pap test or the dentist.
Yeah. I don't know if I would quite compare the gym to those, but sure.
And finding ways to make it work.
Yeah.
Right? Like, again, I'm going to compare here and the gym and boot camps and the people who, for instance, are signed up for 6 a.m. or noon or whatever, and they can't, some weeks can't make it on those days. They book in somewhere else. They book in at another time slot. They book in at 5 a.m., even though the last thing they want to do when usually they work out at noon is come at 5 a.m. But that's the time that they can get it done, or the evening or whatever. But taking those time slots that you know are important and moving them around so that it can work. You are making it a priority.
Yep. Yeah.
Or the other option, and we see it often as well, if someone can't make their time slot, whatever it is, just cancel and don't do it. Like, really? Really? Make it a priority. Make it work. Make it important.
Yeah. Even if you don't enjoy it, there is probably some aspect of it that you can enjoy.
Yeah.
So when I talk about I don't like leg day, I don't like doing squats, what I do enjoy is how I feel later in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And I remind myself of that when I have to come in and do my leg day. I know I'm going to feel great later in the day. I just have to get through this next hour. We can endure a lot of shit for an hour.
Yeah. It's not that bad. Yeah.
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 So bringing it back to what our actual topic was, I have a couple of questions for you about our 9-year journey.
Okay.
What would you say is the number one message that you would pass along to someone that is looking at your 9 years and going, yeah, I don't have that in me?
Um, take a chance on yourself.
Okay.
Take a chance. Find what it is that you're going to do. And like we just said, make it happen.
Yeah.
Make it important. Make it be something. Make it a non-negotiable.
Yeah.
But, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, looking, if that person is at that pre-transformation for me, it's okay. It's okay that this is where you are right now.
9 years is a fucking long time. If you are trying to compare yourself to 9 years of progress, of course that's going to feel overwhelming.
Mm-hmm. Wait, I thought you were saying, I thought maybe I misinterpreted the question.
What I'm asking is, what would you say to someone that is looking at your 9 year total transformation over 9 years, where you started from to where you are right now?
Yeah.
Looking at that and saying, I don't have that in me.
Yeah, you don't when you say that. Of course you're not going to do it.
Yeah.
Of course you don't have it in you when you say, I don't have it in me.
Do you have 1 pound of loss in you?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's where it started.
Yeah.
Like I can remember the first while for you. I don't think you lost a lot of weight really fast early.
Mm-hmm.
It was around the 4 to 6 month mark where the weight really started coming on.
Mm-hmm.
But that was when you had put all of the tools together to dial in your nutrition. You had meal plan, meal prepping going on. You had very consistent gym, and you were consistently in a good calorie deficit for a long period of time. And eventually your body catches up with that.
Right. And I've talked about it a lot. I took the time to actually learn. I didn't follow something blindly.
Yeah.
I made sure it made sense to us.
Well, to be fair, you did try a lot of those follow blindly things.
Of course. Absolutely.
Before, so this stuck. And that was part of the journey before the journey.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that's important for people to recognize. There is going to be a journey before things actually stick.
Yeah.
And if you are someone that is saying to yourself, well, I've tried a whole bunch of different things and none of it works, that's the journey before the journey.
Mm-hmm.
And that's okay. That's normal. If you're feeling like you've tried a bunch of things, none of it works, and I'm at the point of giving up, say to yourself, no, I now know what doesn't work for me.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
That is valuable information.
And if you know that it doesn't work for you, don't go back to that. If you're someone who has followed something blindly, and I don't know, we say, let's call out keto.
Yeah. And I like calling this one out because people will say, no, it works for me.
It fucking, no, it doesn't. No, it didn't. No, it doesn't. No,
Yeah.
it didn't.
If it worked for you, you'd still be doing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
If it worked for you, you'd be doing it all the time.
You wouldn't have gained the weight back if it
You
worked.
wouldn't need to go back to keto.
Exactly. So stop going back to the thing that is not working.
Yeah.
And accept that it's not working. Just because you did it for 4 weeks and lost 20 pounds.
So that's
and then
great.
you gained 30 pounds, but don't go back to it. It didn't work. It did not work because it is not sustainable.
The thing that worked was that you were in a calorie deficit.
Exactly.
It's not that you cut carbs.
Exactly.
It is that you were in a calorie deficit while you were doing that diet.
Eliminated calories.
And then you returned to those calories and didn't make any other changes.
Yeah.
And no, there's all the weight coming back.
Yeah.
Like, you learned that cutting something out doesn't work consistently forever.
Yeah.
Like, that's valuable information.
Yeah.
To me, that would be great information for me to know that something didn't work. I had success with it. What was it that was successful? Well, having a calorie deficit was the successful part. Okay, how can I have
understanding that?
How can I have a calorie deficit and maintain that forever.
Right. And enjoy the foods that
Yeah.
we want to enjoy.
Yeah. Because if you're enjoying the foods, then it just becomes normal. Then you're not going to be making changes. Like for me, there's a lot of sauces out there that have tons and tons of calories. There's also a lot of sauces out there that have no calories that I can throw on chicken to make chicken taste a million
Right.
different ways.
Because you
So
understand, you've put in the work to understand it.
yeah. So then I'm not feeling like I'm eating the same thing every day, where Kate can eat the exact same thing, carbon copy, for months on end. I can't do that. I can't eat what I ate today tomorrow. I have to change the flavor and the things that I'm eating with whatever it is for me to be successful. And I know that.
Let it also be known that some of those keto, or there's another one that is WW,
Yeah.
what it stands for. Sorry, are the letters. They're also creating that blind thing for you to follow when really it's it's calories.
Yeah.
It's calories.
They've
It's
just created a
macronutrients.
different scheme.
Yes, to brand it to them, but really and truly what you are doing is you are creating a calorie deficit. Even like
Yeah. The reality is all of the food in Canada, and I think this is true for most places, has a nutrition label on it. It tells you what the fuck is in it.
learn how to read them.
The companies that market fatty foods and prepared shit and all of the stuff that isn't helpful for us, they're banking on the fact that you don't want to learn how to figure that out.
Yeah. They're banking on the fact that you're just going to look at the colorful box cover
Or the word
and
protein on it.
see the word protein or see the word low sugar. The other day I posted
Yeah.
on the Rice Krispie Squares advertising as low sugar. It literally has 1 gram less of sugar. Just fucking eat the regular one.
No kidding.
Like, do you have any more questions for me?
I feel like we kind of went down a pretty good rabbit hole there. I think something that you told me was you had prepared something for this podcast.
Yeah, and I'm a little worried because it might be kind of emotional.
Oh, fuck. So I'm going to be the one sitting here crying.
No.
Because I'm the emotional one in this relationship.
Okay. No, yeah, I don't, it's hard to, it was very, it surprised me how hard it was to do this.
Okay, so what is it that you did?
Well, I wrote myself a letter,
Okay.
like today in 2026 to the 9 years ago, 300-pound, or even like longer than 9 years ago, pre-transformation, the journey before the journey version of me. I knew the messages that I wanted to say to myself, but upon putting those into sensible sentences and sentences that made sense, yeah, it was hard.
Okay.
And it just kind of goes that without 300-pound Kate, there is no Kate today.
Yeah.
So I'm going to read it. I feel like I'm going to get kind of sad, and that makes me sad.
I think that just means it's real.
I know, but I don't like to show that level of raw.
Well, you're going to be for once in our relationship, you're going to be the much. Want me to read it for you?
No.
I won't make it through it, I'm sure.
No, I'll read it.
Okay.
It just already feels kind of sad. Didn't get any Kleenexes ready.
You're already crying. Oh boy.
Fuck.
Start with the first 2 words.
Dear me.
There you go.
I see you, and I need you to know that right away, that I see you. I see how small you're trying to make yourself feel in a body that feels too big for the world. I see the way you hide behind clothes, colors, behind humor, and behind the 2 words, I'm fine. I see your lack of confidence, the constant second guessing, the quiet belief that this just might be how life is supposed to be. You feel lost. You feel tired. You feel like you've hit rock bottom, but somehow, even there, you don't know how to climb out. It's not because you're weak, but because no one ever handed you the tools. No one ever showed you another way
aside from the ways that are designed to confuse you and make you feel like you're bad, just like the food that you eat. And you don't yet believe that you could be the kind of person who changes her life because you're just Kate, right? That makes sense. All of it makes sense. You're not lazy. You're not broken. You're not failing. You're surviving the only way that you know how, even with that constant pain that you live with. It's all just normal. I want you to stop being so hard on yourself. You didn't lack willpower. You lacked the knowledge, the confidence, and someone to tell you that change doesn't start with perfection. It starts with one small decision made on a really hard day in a purple dress. But here's the part that you can't imagine yet. The best is still coming. And holy crap, you're not going to see this part. You're going to lose the weight. Not just lose it, but keep it off. You're going to lose over 150 pounds. And with it, you're going to shed shame, fear, and the belief that you don't deserve more. You're going to be one of the ones who did it, who really, really did it. And people are going to want their own Kate story. You're going to fall in love with strength training, with nutrition that fuels you instead of punishes you. You're going to fall in love with running, not as a form of punishment, but as proof of how far your body can take you. You're going to discover a fire that you didn't know even existed. And then something equally as incredible happens. You stop doing this just for you. You will help hundreds of people, people who feel exactly like you do right now, understand that getting strong and losing weight doesn't mean giving up everything that they love. You will show them balance, freedom, confidence. You will become the person that you wish you had back then. The career that you thought was your future, it won't be. That classroom full of little humans. Remember when you thought the pandemic dimmed your passion? It may have been a rough couple of years, but it wasn't that dimmed. Your passion was just so strong in another direction that there was no stopping you now, and you needed to steer into it. That's not failure. It's a gift. With the unwavering support of a loving husband and family who believes in you. When you don't believe in yourself, you're going to walk away from what no longer fits. You're going to walk away from that normal job and education. You're going to take a terrifying leap. Oh, so many terrifying tears. You're going to open a gym. You will build a life that aligns with who you truly are, not who you thought you were supposed to be. You'll finally stop living in the shadows. And listen to me closely now. This part matters the most. It's okay that you didn't know then. It's okay that you hid. It's okay that you spent years uncomfortable, unsure, and unseen, and hiding. Because without that 300-pound girl, there is no woman standing here now. She is not something to erase or be ashamed of. She is the foundation. She's the reason you can lead with empathy, strength, heart, and a whole lot of, I know how you're feeling. One day you will look back at her and not with regret, but with gratitude. So hang on, be gentle with yourself. Trust that even in the darkness, something is quietly forming. You are becoming her. With love, pride, and endless fucking compassion, Kate.
Wow.
That's my letter to myself.
Wow. When you were writing that letter, how did it feel?
Oh, uncomfortable. So uncomfortable.
Why?
I think I was maybe for the first time, not for the first time, but at the end where it says you're going to look back with gratitude instead of regret. I think I'm really putting into my own brain and my own understanding that without her, this entire life that we now live is not possible without that. Yeah. I don't have anything else to say.
No, I'm just sitting with what you've said a little bit because it's really quite a powerful way to look back and forgive yourself for
Things were just,
yeah,
the universe was just
Line it up for me.
To me,
God, I wish I brought Kleenex.
to me, what it sounds like in a lot of that is you were very focused on all of the failures in your life. You were very focused on not feeling like you were good enough. You were very focused on how you feel like you let everyone else and also yourself down
Mhm.
before this journey ever started, and didn't even realize it at that time.
For sure.
I think that's something that we can all identify with at times in our life
Mhm.
where we feel like we're letting other people down, we're letting ourselves down, we're not being the person who we think we should be, we're not being true enough to ourselves, we're sacrificing ourselves in some way.
Mhm.
And that message of forgiveness, compassion, hope is a message we should all be saying to ourselves. Well, Kate's future is hers. Yours can be equally as vibrant and wonderful
Yeah.
in
And it's
your
in
own way.
and it's in your hands. It is in your hands.
Yeah.
Because you've hit rock bottom. One day you can look back at that and it is the moment where so much good starts to happen.
Yeah. I think you mentioned that purple dress and that one deep dark something. Can you say that line again for me? I know it's kind of halfway through, but I think it's a really important thing to mention.
Stop being so hard on yourself. You didn't lack willpower. You lacked knowledge, confidence, and someone to tell you that change doesn't start with perfection. It starts with one small decision made on a really hard day in a purple dress.
So if you're listening or watching this, a question that I would have for everyone, and part of the takeaway from this episode would be, what are you waiting for?
Hmm.
When is your one small decision on a hard day?
Yeah. What is your purple dress
Yeah.
moment?
Because that is yours to discover. And when it happens, you won't even know until time after that it's happened.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, that is one of the most powerful things you could say to anyone, is recognizing the difficulty in which coming to the realization that something has to change and I can't keep doing the same things I've been doing over and over again.
Yeah.
Because for all the reasons you listed, you're not happy.
Yeah. And accepting that it's going to be hard, it's going to be uncomfortable. And that's the point. That's the point of it. It is supposed to be hard. It is supposed to challenge you. It is supposed to challenge everything that you thought you knew and that you think you know. It's supposed to.
I find I say this often, but if it were easy, everyone would be doing it.
Yeah.
There's a reason why a lot of people don't pull themselves out of that pit of despair or aren't able to, and they're looking for medications, they're looking for quick and easy fixes, they're looking for the fastest remedy
and something to blame.
Yeah, and absolutely something to blame, or someone or themselves or whatever. It's not easy. But you have to ask yourself, who else could possibly be worth it? Like Kate is saying to herself, it's all worth it.
Yeah.
Every failure, every bit of the journey, every question you ask yourself, those tearful evenings and late night decision making things that happen.
In the early mornings where you just want to stay in bed.
Yeah.
The cold mornings, the dark mornings, yeah.
I'm proud of you for writing that.
Thanks. You're
It
gonna rap now?
definitely pulled a lot of tears out for me. Well, I think we can't rap and leave everyone sitting in the.
I'm fine now, guys. I'm good.
I'm not.
fine
I'm
now.
still half tearful here, sniffling.
I have nothing. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, I think there isn't much more to say. I think something to maybe talk about is if what Kate said in her letter sounds like something you want for yourself, reach out.
Yeah.
Reach out, because she's helped a lot of people pull themselves into the spotlight, into a place where they're talking about making their own transformation, whatever that looks like.
I think I have a very, very unique and like I am far more relatable to people than the average trainer and coach out there. I can safely say that I have been there.
Yeah. I would agree with that. And I think it's important for everyone to recognize that it's normal to be there.
Yeah.
Like, this is Kate, just in the way she described herself, is very, very common. And we've said it so many times on this podcast, but you don't know you're there when you're there.
Mm-hmm. You
But
don't know until you come out the other side.
I'm confident in listening to Kate's letter to herself there, and maybe rewind and listen to it again, because there's a lot of really good content in there. If you are feeling like a lot of that stuff applies to you, it's a good checkup moment to say, hey, I need to think about this.
Mm-hmm. But don't think I'm not going to challenge you and push you and call you out on your shit if you do reach out.
I think if you didn't, you wouldn't be helping.
Yeah.
Like, I think something that you say to me often is, I don't want to take people's money for the sake of taking their money. If someone is not ready for change, if someone is not actively trying, you're not going to work with them because it's not the right time for them.
Yeah.
And you're going to be upfront and honest about that and say, this
I
doesn't
don't
seem
want that.
Yeah, doesn't seem like the right fit right now. When it gets to be you're ready to commit, please reach back out and we can chat.
Yeah.
And that's okay. Like, not everyone is going to be ready right away. Sometimes you need that hard decision on a dark day in a purple dress.
Ready?
Yeah, I think we can wrap it up. I think instead of our usual high five, I'm going to lean in for the hug and tell you I love you.
Thank you for watching, listening.
Yeah, if you want, like and subscribe, please. Or share reviews. Feel free to reach out. If you want to be a part of the podcast in any way, let us know.